Alright guys, I'm just going to be completely honest with you in this video. When I started this channel like a week ago, I really wanted to make an effort to cover Black Ops 7. Call of Duty has been one of those games that I've bought every single year since I started gaming, pretty much. It's been one of those games that I've always just given the benefit of the doubt. It's been one of those games that has just been a staple in my library. It's a game that I've basically played every single year, and every year I've started to enjoy it less, but I've still held on to hope that the next one is going to be the one that's going to bring it back. Now, Black Ops 6, I fell for the nostalgia bait in that one. I'll be honest, I did. The hype was at an all-time high with Black Ops 6. I was so excited for the game, and it was a good game. It wasn't a bad game, but Call of Duty's been on a downward trend for a long time. I think the reality is that they're not trying to cater to the same audience as they once were, which is, I guess you would say, my audience and older. You know, the people that played the original Call of Duties, the older Call of Duties. Feels like they're trying to cater to kids that have short attention spans, that are used to playing Fortnite, you know, Subway Surfer on the top half of the screen to keep them entertained. It doesn't feel like they're trying to appease my generation anymore. In saying that, with Black Ops 7, it almost feels like they're trying to please everyone, but pleasing no one at the same time. It feels like they're cramming everything they can possibly cram into this game, and it just, to me, it just feels like a mess. I don't know what they're trying to achieve with this game, what direction they're trying to go in. When I saw the first release trailer, I just thought, another one already? It kind of makes you feel like there's no point playing these games because a new one's just going to come out 12 months down the line and all of your effort is gone. I don't even know what to say about Call of Duty anymore. Put it this way, the moment I hopped on Black Ops 7 to try it out, it reminded me why I made the switch to Battlefield 6. The difference between Call of Duty and Battlefield is just night and day. When I got onto Battlefield 6 for the first time, it made me feel that kind of excitement that I haven't felt in a very, very long time, for years, about a game. I literally upgraded my audio system at home to like a home theater with rear speakers just for this game. It is such a cinematic game. It's an objective focused game where everyone has a class, everyone has a role, and they're incentivized to fulfill that role. Whereas Call of Duty, it's a game where you jump in, run around, omni movement, slide, dive, kill people, try get as many kills as you can, try get the best kill death ratio. I don't know, like they've got, obviously there's game modes, domination, capture the flag, search and destroy, whatever, like, you know, there's objective game modes, but it doesn't feel like people really play the game for the objective in Call of Duty. And look, like I said, when I started this channel the other week, I did want to cover Black Ops 7 because, like I said, it's one of those games that I've played every single year. It's been a staple in my library. It's a game that I've always given the benefit of the doubt, even when people have said, oh, it's, you know, it's shit, don't buy it, or don't pre-order. It's always been a game that I've just pre-ordered. I've played the beta to test it out. Every single year, I've become more and more disappointed with the game. I feel like this year is the final straw with Call of Duty for me. For the foreseeable future anyway. I sat down and I went to make a list of all the positives and negatives in this game, and I struggled to find positives. I struggled to stay in a game without exiting out because I was too bored, or I hated the map, or it just didn't feel right. I've got a list here. I'll go through what I've got on my list for you guys. And for the people out there that do enjoy Call of Duty, I'm not making this to discourage you or try tell people to stop playing the game. This is my personal opinion. This is how I feel. And apologies in advance, I've got some pretty bad hay fever at the moment, so my nose feels real blocked up. But I do have a list here, so we'll go through what I've got. So first of all, I'm a Series X player. I play on console, and I have seen other comments about this, but the performance was horrible. I went back and I compared it to Black Ops 6 to see if my views had changed, because I was just used to playing Battlefield 6, and it performs worse than Black Ops 6 on Series X. I can't speak for all the other consoles and platforms, but it just felt horrible playing on Series X. what I've seen online is a lot of people are experiencing packet loss as well. I don't really know too much about it, but it sounds like it's one of those things that no one really knows what causes it, and Call of Duty is one of those games that for some reason causes packet loss. We'll go into the audio. There's basically no footstep sounds in Call of Duty. There's no directional cues. And like I said in the start, like I set up a home theater system with rear speakers just for Battlefield 6, and it is awesome in Battlefield 6. Like, it feels like I'm in the game. When someone's coming up on my right, I can hear in the right rear speaker, it's like they're coming up behind me. But in Call of Duty, my speakers basically didn't even work. And I had the audio settings on home theater in the Call of Duty game as well. Now, I'm sure they're probably going to fix this in a patch at some point, but because of that issue, it was hard for me to get fully immersed in the game. There's no optimization for home theater. Another thing I noticed as well when you're playing the game, and I noticed this more so in zombies, but the vocals sound quieter than the music in the game audio. I know that you can obviously go and adjust all of these settings, but ideally you should be able to have all your audio settings on 100%, and the game should have already optimized that, you know? If everything's on 100%, they should already be at their optimized levels, and any further adjustment is a personal preference. Now, I had all the default audio settings on, and it felt like the vocals of the characters was just a bit quiet, like a bit quieter than the announcer, quieter than the music. And you would think that that would be the loudest sound, being the voice that is coming from your character. You would think that would be front and center of the audio. I'll go into movement. The wall jumps, they feel unnecessary. They feel like a gimmick. I don't see a lot of people using the wall jumps. The maps don't feel like there is much incentive to even use the wall jumps. I didn't find myself using the jumps much at all. This could just be because we're used to having no wall jumps, and it might just take some time to get the feel for it and incorporate it into our gameplay. But to me, it just felt like an unnecessary addition. It doesn't feel like it needs to be there. I might just be nitpicking, but to me, it just feels like, why is the wall jump even there? Like, why am I seeing Richtofen jumping off a wall? There's something about it. The wall jump just feels unnecessary. And like I said, it could grow on us. Yeah, the movement feels clunky. It doesn't feel fluid like how Call of Duty usually does, or how I remember. Aim assist has been turned down since the beta. Now, take this how you want. A lot of people are complaining about it. Actually, in all the negatives that I've said, I do think this is one of the better changes that they've made. I think initially it makes it a bit harder. It makes it feel like you suck at the game, but once you get used to that, it gives you a bit more of a challenge, and it makes it a bit more rewarding when you get those kills. It does make the gameplay less reliant on aim assist, more reliant on the actual skill of the player. So I do think that's a good thing. They have shortened the duration of the slide since the beta as well, I've noticed. I don't know, I felt like the movement in the beta, I actually liked it. A lot of people didn't, and they said that was a complaint that a lot of people had. I did like the sliding in the beta and the duration of it. Another good one they changed since the beta is they added the ability to aim down sight while diving as well. I did notice in the beta that you couldn't do that, and that was a massive turn off for me, because as much as I hate on the sweats and the omni movement, I do enjoy that freedom of movement that omni movement gives you. And it was a very hard thing to get used to when I switched over to Battlefield, but I do enjoy the omni movement, to be honest. So that ability to aim down sight while diving, it makes the movement feel a bit better for me. The next little category that I've got here is HUD. It basically looks exactly the same as Black Ops 6, but they've just added different colors, I suppose. Nothing about this game feels like it's a new game, and the HUD is no different. It feels like it's a DLC of Black Ops 6. It doesn't feel like I should have spent, now I'm in Australia, so $109. It doesn't feel like I should have spent $109 for Black Ops 7. Not only that, but they can't even give you a new program to open on your console. Like, it's still all incorporated into the COD HQ. This might just be a thing for my generation, but I like the feeling of being able to have another program to open up when you buy a game. Like, it's a whole new platform that you're opening up going into the game. It's not just going onto the COD HQ and clicking Black Ops 7 and it takes you there. It doesn't make it feel like I've bought a brand new game for $100. Not only that, but the zombies HUD, I don't even know where to start on that. The zombies HUD sucks. Like, there was complaints when they first showed it in like those dev talks, and they said, we're working on one, but it's not ready. And the one that they have come out with in the full version, it is horrible. Like, it's literally the same HUD with some purple background colors added to it. I don't even know why the icon of the gun is in the bottom right. It just, in a zombies game, it doesn't make sense. I don't know, just talking about this game makes me feel low on energy. It makes me feel tired talking about this game. I don't feel like they put any effort whatsoever into the zombies HUD. The feel of the game, it feels like Black Ops 6. Like I said, it feels like it's a Black Ops 6 DLC. It doesn't feel like it's a different game. It just feels like it's got different colors, different characters. It feels like I'm playing the same game, if not worse. Health bars, now, I'm not a big fan of the health bars. Some people might like their health bars. I hate the health bars. I know you guys are going to say that you can obviously change your settings and you can turn the health bars off, but there's no fun in that, because if I turn the health bars off, it's a major indicator of where the enemy is. When I shoot them and I can see the health bar above their head. If I'm the only one that's got my health bar turned off, then all it's doing is giving me a disadvantage in the game. Yeah, it looks better, but everyone else has got their health bar on. Everyone else can see me. They can see where I am because I've got a massive health bar above my head, but I can't see where they are. So I know you can edit all these settings to your liking, and they say it's super customizable. So if you like the OG feel, you can make it feel like that through the settings, but it just doesn't make sense. You can hear how frustrated it makes me talking about this game. I don't even want to be making this video. It drains my soul. It drains the energy out of my body. I've only got a few more dot points on this notepad as well. Transit baited, I've got that. They literally baited us into thinking the zombies was going to be Transit, like a Transit remake. Everyone was saying it was going to be Transit remake, and even when they said it wasn't, they were still kind of saying like, oh, it's going to have Ted, it's going to have the, you know, this Ted from the OG Transit map that's in the bus. And it's like, yeah, they've got Ted, but you're driving the car. When you're driving the car, it looks like you're playing Warzone, and there's like a quiet little Ted voice in the background. It doesn't give you the feel of going on the bus in Transit back in Black Ops 2, being scared. You're on the bus, you're out of control, you're scared, there's zombies trying to break in, and you're just trying to hold them off until the bus gets to the next safe destination. It doesn't feel like that at all. It doesn't give you that adrenaline that, you know, Transit did. And I've got one positive dot point on zombies here. The only positive dot point is it was hard. I felt sometimes in Black Ops 6 that the zombies was a little bit too easy, and I almost felt like sometimes I wanted the game to finish because I'd just been going for so long and I was getting bored. However, playing solo in this game, I did feel like it was a little bit harder. Like first time playing, I died on like round 23. Usually I get up to like in the 30s. So, I mean, I would say that's a good thing that it is a little bit harder and it's got that challenging side to it. Look, a lot of people are saying they lied about not having skill-based matchmaking. What it looks like to me is they've got two game modes. They've got one that sort of incorporates skill-based matchmaking and one that doesn't. A lot of people are saying they lied because they've got that mode with skill-based matchmaking. Honestly, I don't think it's a bad thing. I somewhat enjoyed the skill-based matchmaking because when I was getting better, the challenge was getting better as well. A lot of people want to be able to hop on a game and have a casual game, which is understandable, which I think is good that they've got the two options. I did enjoy that as you get better, your games get more challenging and it makes you want to get better. That's pretty much the summary of what I had written down with the energy that I had in me to talk about Black Ops 7. It's probably safe to say that I'm not going to be playing this game anytime soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Apologies to any of those people that do enjoy the game and they were looking for a more positive review on the game. I struggled to find positive things to talk about this game, but please, if you enjoy Call of Duty and you're enjoying Black Ops 7, don't let this discourage you. Keep playing it. You know, we want the competition. I think that's one thing that's been great this year, the competition between Battlefield and Call of Duty. It has forced Call of Duty to kind of pull their finger out a bit. Now, do I think they're going to go back to their old ways? Yes, I do. But I think for the moment, this competition is amazing. It's amazing for everyone. Battlefield players, Call of Duty players, all FPS shooter players. It's a good thing that there's this competition, and we want that. We don't want one person or one company, one game just dominating the market, because then they get complacent and they stop listening to the players. I appreciate you guys sticking around. I'll see you in the next video. Probably be talking about Battlefield 6. I don't know yet. I'd appreciate it greatly if you could like the video, subscribe, join me on this journey. This is only my second video, so I'm still trying to find my feet and, you know, figure out the video editing side of things, the thumbnail editing, getting the audio to sound good. I do have a Twitch account as well, which I'm streaming every now and then, streaming Battlefield. I did stream Black Ops 7, however, that didn't last very long. I got a bit bored of it. Hopefully I'll see you guys around. See ya.